Hello there, and welcome to the interview segment of the program NASS Unplugged. I am Mariam Zakari. My guest today is the member representing Yagba East, West, and Mopamoro Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives. He is Honorable Leke Abejide. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Right, Honorable, the House of Representatives has just passed the four tax reform bills. And this is after, well, so much back and forth, but finally it's been passed. What would you say to Nigerians? What should they expect with this passage?
Thank you again. The bill at the beginning was so controversial, and I think since I came to National Assembly, this is the most controversial bill I've ever participated in. To the extent that my people in the North wanted to misunderstood me when I was trying to explain the merits of the bills. I received so many calls from Kano, Jigawa, Kaduna, Sokoto, from some of my former colleagues that why am I supporting the bill? All I was saying is that let us look at the areas where we think we should amend, because the merits of the bill cannot be thrown away. And thank God today, the bill is now passed. Even we did the third reading today. And all those suggestions that I suggested that was what the governors eventually agreed upon. That let us look at those clauses that are offensive or that need amendment instead of throwing away the four bills, because we need to move forward from the past. So I see the bill now, if it becomes an act, that the level of our borrowings will reduce. Because I was in the private sector for many years, so I understand that mostly foreigners, they come here, do businesses without paying taxes. They go away with it. And they can't do that in their country. I don't want to mention any nationality, but I'm aware of so many foreigners or foreign companies that are enjoying free taxation without contributing anything meaningful to our economy. So it is a good thing that's coming to this country with this bill.
Now, you have remained the chairman Committee on Customs since the ninth National Assembly. And I know that during the ninth National Assembly, there was a bill that you sponsored on the Nigeria Customs and Excise Management Amendment Bill, which was said to be landmark legislation. Let's talk about that bill.
Yeah. When I came in and I saw the position of customs, I knew that they had problem. If anything happens, it can be legislated out of existence. And it was gradually going to that, because if you notice, it is only custom among all paramilitaries that are being headed by non-career officers. You cannot do that in the police. You cannot do that even in immigration. They don't do that in prison. So, but even road safety, the people, I think it happened only once in road safety. After that, it has been people within. So, and I look at their funding, they are poorly funded. They collect revenue, but they don't taste most of it for their own infrastructure and even salary. And now, look at the bill. Then it was Custom and Excise Management Act, SEMA. It was enacted in 1958. And there were so many attempts to repeal and reenact and failed. But I pray to my God, I say, this is my tenure as chairman, customs. I want custom to be reformed. So I carried the bill upon it. There was President declined assent 4 times and I took up 4 times. And repealed and enacted Nigeria Customs Service Act 2023, and the former President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, signed it into law. And that is what gives custom leverage today. Otherwise, even with the way this bill came and was presented, I think they don't have a current law. They will have been legislated out of existence. So that is what they rely on, and they were able to defend their function as revenue collector, trade facilitator, and suppressing of smuggling activities. So these are the 3 major functions of custom. And also, in that same bill, we look at their funding. Before, custom was taking 7% collection. Whatever comes, 7% is what they will take from it. When I look at it, it was not backed by law. It was through fiat. It was done during the former president of the second Obasanjo. There was no law backing it. So we decided that, okay, let custom be paid 4% FOB so that they will have enough money to pay their salary. They will have enough money to do infrastructure and other things that make custom to function. And that is equally in the bill. It's in section 18, 6A. That is part of the bill.
Now
Major landmark in the bill.
You talked about the FOB, which is the free on board import levy. I'm aware that discussions there have been discussions on the suspension of the implementation of the 4%.
Yeah.
Where are we now?
Yes, the way they started it was wrong.
Okay.
What they ought to have done in the first place is they ought to have first of all did what I call sound and loud sensitization, because I was a practitioner before. You cannot just come today and tell me you have changed your pattern. You're supposed to tell me that in a month's time, this and this will be off, and this will come on board. Most of the practitioners were not aware. They just woke up one day and see that 4% has been added, and they have not removed the 1% CISS. They're supposed to take off 7% surcharge from the dashboard of duty. So, because if they are abdicating 7% collection, cost of collection, they are giving it back to government. Government can take 7% surcharge from it and do whatever they want to do with it. So they should erase it from the dashboard. That's my advice. And also 1% comprehensive import supervision scheme should equally be off, which is what the law says. So, but they let them still operating, so people will complain. It's not that they're going to increase the cost for people. No. You know, duty is to regulate foreign trade, to protect local industries. It's different from taxation. So this is the essence of putting this. So if you want to bring, you cannot leave our country to be a dumping ground. We must see what you're bringing in, and you cannot just come in. You see what? Though I'm not saying we should do what Trump is doing, but you should try to be self-reliant in terms of production. But if you bring all costs of importation cheap down, then your country will become a dumping ground. So this 4%, we have had meeting with I met with the minister and I showed him it's already a law. The minister has asked them to reconnect back. But this sensitization, he said they must do first, so that all stakeholders will be aware that this is what is coming up. And they have to take off the 1% CISS, and that other cost must be taken up before they add the 4%. 4% actually is not even up to what they were taking before. But the difference is that when there is IDEC, import duty exemption certificate, the 4% will still count for any imports. That's just the difference.
Now, you mentioned one of the duties of customs is to check smuggling into the
suppress smuggling.
One major issue following a recent discovery by NAFDAC is the importation of expired pharmaceutical products into Nigeria. And some of these products are rebranded and then the dates changed. What is custom? You're chairing that committee. What is your next move as the chairman who oversights the customs? Because quite a large number of expired drugs came into the country.
Came through the ports? No, that's why the custom need help. That is why this 4% FOB must work. For them to be fully funded. As it is now, they don't have the wherewithal to monitor all these unapproved routes. But if they have AI, artificial intelligence, they have drones that can assess where human being cannot assess. But they need money to get all these things done. Most of those things you see, they came in through unapproved routes. That is border stations that nobody man, and it's not even known to government. But with artificial intelligence, whatever activity is going on, you know, it is equipment that's so expensive, they are in millions of dollars. But if they don't have the money, there's less or little they can do. So my advice is, now that they're going to be connected back to this 4%, let there be changes. We'll work with them. I have experience in this field as well. So with my knowledge and with that of CG and other senior officers, we'll get there. We make sure we assist NAFDAC, because actually drug is under NAFDAC. It's not under custom. Our own is just to make sure any illegal drugs will not come in to Nigeria. I remember, I don't know if there's anything changed at the moment, but as it is, drug is only allowed to come through Apapa port. Through the ports, and they specifically mentioned Apapa so that it can be controlled. It's not that you say, oh, I want to transfer it to Inland Container Kano, or I want to transfer it to Onitsha, or you want to take it to One. So, but anyone outside of Apapa, it means it's illegal. So, with the coming up of this 4% FOB, and they have enough resources, we will work with them and we suppress all this smuggling by God's grace.
Now, some time ago, you were on a national television where you showed your earnings.
Okay, yes.
Yes, your monthly earnings, and that sparked a lot of debate at that time. Because the perception of Nigerians is that lawmakers are overpaid. Lawmakers, your remuneration and other monies that are being paid to you. Nigerians are being taught, people calling for a slash. But you came on air and you showed the entire world that, what you're even earning is not enough. What made you do that?
And it's because of so many insinuations. This 10th assembly, some of our critics are now members. They keep on coming to me asking that, is it what we are getting? Where are they going to get the money that they... I said, that is what you will be getting. At home, they are already pressed. Because some cannot even go home. Some will go home and come back the second day, maybe after 6 months before they go, because there is no resources. We are not in the executive arm where they have allocation every month. There's nothing like that. And you see, me, before getting to this place, I know how much I was earning. But getting here, I saw what was coming. Initially, I wanted to resign, because I don't want to spoil my name. I look at it. I went to the former speaker. Don't think I can continue with this, because if it is what is going to be coming, how will I be able to maintain home? The only difference is if we can struggle and get projects for your people. That's the only difference. But in terms of remuneration, it's so poor. Our 6 months 50% salary is what we presented yesterday. I was in the villa yesterday with the president when we had the talk with him. Allowances. Allowances is not for me alone. I have drivers. I have staff. I have more than 300 constituency aides that I'm paying every month. In fact,
is that by choice?
Yes, it's not maybe by choice. You must have. I have 34 words, so I have to have in every word. If you want to be popular on ground, and I must pay them every month. Most times, I used to take money from my business to pay. In fact, this last February, I was only able to pay on the 9th of the month because of this fasting that came this time. So many things came, so expenses was so much. That's why you see members are complaining. Some are already saying now they will not even contest again. Here, it's only good if you are lucky to be ranking, so you can get projects than a new member, so you can take it to your people. Without money, next time they can vote for you because they have seen something on ground. But if you are unable, forget it. Forget it. And that's why when some people were saying we are getting so much salary, and luckily I was paid that I think the day before. I just gave it to Chamberlain. They gave me and they said, post it. And they posted it on channel everywhere in the world. They don't believe. See, for those criticizing, I want to advise them to contest these seats. You will see that your input, your output will be less. How many members have you seen that is a former member that is a multimillionaire that left this house? Some left just left assembly. They're moving towards every offices. I mean all offices rather. If they had made money, I know how many of our colleagues, and genuinely they are in need. Today I know how many of my colleagues that I've received here, my former colleagues, that need help, and genuinely they need the help. They don't have the money. 90% of whatever you get here go back to the people. Except you want to spoil your name. People like us who have good name, I prefer to give everything 100% and go and get my money for my business. And that's why you see I have been winning on a small party.
I was going to come to that. How were you able to wriggle your way through the major political parties? I'm talking about APC and PDP. You are, like you said, of a much smaller party. How were you able to face those stiff opposition and still emerge as member representing your constituency?
You know, now in Nigeria, people already know who are good and who are bad. They don't follow political party like that. If you look at the current president, they didn't want him at all. The powers that be. But because he has grown a lot of people, he has sowed so many good seeds and they germinated and became strong. That is what I did. Ever before coming to politics, I never thought I would be a politician. I have been doing good things for my people. Before I came to power, I've been paying wife fees for both public and private schools in my area. Then when I wanted to contest, when people pressed me to contest, I said, okay, I will do it across the federal constituency. They said it's not possible. I said, okay, me, I'm not in any government, but you see, I have been doing it in my area, but I will do it before contesting an election. And that is what I did. So I made sure I saw where my people are having challenges and took up the pain of them. This is the reason. You see, in an election, women always stand by me. I have a foundation, Leke Abejide Foundation. We have up to 9,000 widows. And I'm the one feeding them, clothing them, many things for them. It cost me so much, but God has been faithful. I have never disappointed them. And they have never disappointed me. So anywhere I go, they follow me. So this has been the secret. When the election comes, they don't ask for party. They will say, where is Leke's party? They don't even know the name. They say, Dembe Party Leke. Those who cannot read, they will say, Leke's party is what? And some of them, because we did voter education in my first term, so we gave them when we were doing campaigning, we put that voter specimen and showed them our own party, that is handshake. Some of them who could not, because they don't want anybody to confuse them, they came to play unit with it. I was shocked. When I was asking some women, that was my first lesson, are you not going to vote? They said they have voted. I said, okay, let us show you that we know what we are doing. And they removed their wrapper, brought out the voter specimen. You see it. We went there with it. We don't want anybody to show us. So, but during my second term, they already know the party. My first term, I only won APC with 6,000 votes. That was the difference between me and the next person, which is APC. But this time, the difference between me and APC, the next person, is 15,000 votes. So they already know the party. They know it more than APC and PDP. But because I'm president's son, I told them, for the presidency, you go for the broom. So that one, they showed them. And yet, they still made mistake and voted my presidential candidate that I was not supporting. He has almost 10,000 votes. Wasted votes.
I was going to come to that because
I didn't campaign for him, I campaigned for Aswaju. So because my party is so popular in my constituency, the guy got a lot of votes, almost 10,000 votes.
But why wouldn't you support your party flag bearer?
Right from the day one, everybody knows that. I was the leader of APC. It was something that went wrong and made me to contest on the IDC. So, but everybody knows that we have been with Aswaju for a long time. It's not today. Since 2015, we have been following him. So it's not today that. And when the presidential candidate was brought to my house, I said, me, I don't deceive. I don't want you to see me on television talking about Aswaju as the president to be, and then you feel that I've disappointed. I said, I'm not going to support you. That this Aswaju coming, what I'm going to spend is not small money for him. He said, if I can even give him half of the money, I said, no, because I don't want you to win. The person that I want to win is the one I'm putting my weight behind. So
that's the vehicle that brought you into
yeah, the vehicle is just a vehicle. So vehicle can be used to one point and drop. And you go for another vehicle that you can achieve your aim. Let me even tell you what I told my people. I said, because they were campaigning that Aswaju is a Muslim ticket. And I said, because there is a community in my place that used to host EQUA every 29th of January. All the EQUA president will come, the vice president will come. There are many. So in that occasion, when they saw me, when there were many that they stood on. So they gave me opportunity to talk. And I said, well, candidate A married a Christian and forced her to change her faith to a Muslim because he's a Muslim. Candidate B, a Muslim, married a Christian and allow her to remain in her faith, and not only allow her to remain in her faith, to grow in that faith to the extent that she became a pastor, and not ordinary pastor, a senior pastor. And enter the ordaining her in the church, the candidate B always be with his wife. I say, who is more religious tolerant? They say candidate B. I say, that's the person as well you is, that you should follow him. That is me. And I don't follow people because of money. I see his quality of leadership in him. Somebody says he's not going to win. I say to me, if he wins, fine. If he doesn't win, I remain where I am. That is my own nature. I didn't hide my own support. That is the kind of person. I was even saying that if I lose my own election, it's better for him to win than me winning, he losing. And it's showing again. It's showing now. My people knew what I was saying. They see their roads in the budget in billions. But if I don't belong to that group, I cannot do it. I cannot even do a road of 1 billion, not to talk of road of 60 billion that the president is doing in my area. So it is because I know him. This man can turn my constituency around. And now they will believe what they now say, we now saw sense in what you were saying. I said, that is how it works. If you had lost, I would have resigned from National Assembly, because what am I going to get? But since you won, I said, you will see changes. And now they are seeing more change. I've been doing well, but this time around, this time's 50.
All right, we wish you best of luck in your future endeavor. I have been speaking with the member representing Yaba East, Yaba West, and Mopamoro constituency of Kogi State, his Honorable Leke Abejide. And he is also the Chairman House Committee on Customs since the 9th National Assembly up until date. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you for having me. God bless ADBN.
That's it on this segment. Thank you for watching.